The following takes place between April 17th and April 18th, 2026, somewhere in Canada. Alright, let's get it unboxed. All the way from Japan, we've got it on Canadian soil. It's bold, it has function, it's lightweight, and it's ready to take on the world with this world time monitoring digital watch with a nice contemporary angular design. Why does this CASIO W-221h that's supposed to have the 3585 module in it have module number 2958? And you're going to open it up and see it with me here. Is it square? No. Is it rectangular? Yes, certainly looks like it, but it's actually octagonal case design here. Let's get a bird's eye view. I'm Ross. Thanks for stopping into the channel. If you're new to the channel, my wrists are 7 1/4 inches, so we'll have lots of images for you, so hopefully you can get a feel for whether this W-221h is going to work for you. A great little watch, I have to admit. For men, women, kids, doesn't really matter, right? Reasonable size specs that are going to work for a wide range of wrists here. An attractive wear to boot. Stick around for some of the pros and cons here, because I don't know, some of these cons might be a little bit concerning. This is not a paid review. I bought this one myself, had it shipped over here on Canadian soil. My opinions are my own, but we definitely need to clear up a few things here. I do have to get to Japan though and do some watch shopping in Japan myself personally. I can't wait to do that, and Kuo is definitely a watch design that I'm going to check out while I'm there. Well, this video is sponsored by Daily Watch. I'll leave a link down below so you can go to the site and check out things. And if you're looking for accessories, watch storage solutions, whatever it is that you might be into for everyday enthusiasts or watch wearers, dailywatch.com could have something that's going to work for you, whether it be hard cases, soft cases, personalization on different cases with your name embossed, travel solutions, 2-packs, 3 watch rolls, you name it, stands, cleaning kits, all of these types of accessories. And you know what? Even if you're not the enthusiast and you want to get a gift for someone, a great site that you can stop into and look for some gift ideas. So get 10% off. I'll leave that link down below. You can search and do whatever you want at your leisure. But thanks for all the support, Daily Watch. Now, case dimensions here. Good looking modern resin case design here. A little bit blocky in my personal opinion. But it does have some character. I like the gray fixed bezel on top too, accenting with the black. I think that looks pretty good. And it's got a large display here for you. So let's get these numbers out of the way. I'll post them up here for you as well so you can check them out. I mean, ultimately, it's the fit and the wear that's the important thing. So let's see whether it's going to be prohibitive to some wrists. It's got a width of about 38.4. We have a height of about 43 millimeters. You have an 18 millimeter lug, and it's got that T lug design. 43 millimeter lug to lug, and only a 12.2 millimeter thickness, which is not bad. But I think it's the design that makes it look a lot larger than it actually is at that 12.2. I mean, we can normally handle 12.2 because most divers are thicker than that. So, but here we're in a digital watch design. I think sometimes less is more, and a little sleeker profile may benefit some wrists, but that's totally up to you. Now, one of the special things here is the overall weight here. This overall weight you can barely feel in your hands, right? 35 grams. And you've got a water resistance of 50 meters. Could it have been 100? I suppose it could have been if they added some more protections and seals and whatever in there. You've got like that acrylic crystal, like that. It's like a plastic crystal on top. And you have the steel case back down below with your traditional Casio information etched into the back of it. Now, she also offers a 10-year battery life here. I believe it's the CR2032, right? So you can pick that up almost at all your utility stores or whatever. 4-button function, silver, and they're larger than what you would find on the smaller designs like the F91W, which is great, easy to navigate around and touch, and great responsiveness. Now, the dial's a great positive display, large bold numbers, date information, 12 and 24-hour option, quickly controlled by that bottom right button for the display, which is real easy. And in the top section, you got the day of the week, and then you have action indicators on the right section in the top. You have a large center area with big numbers, allows for great visibility, right, from most angles. And the lower section split into two with the date on the left and then running seconds there on the right. Like I mentioned, you got silver 4 buttons with your action and mode button down below, which allows you to navigate around the feature set for the watch. Now, one negative that I'll get into when I do over the pros and cons in the watch is that when you go to the other different feature sets, regular home time is not displayed in those display options. So that's something that's, you know, for a newer design, you would think, because a lot of older watches have that capability, so why didn't they include it in this one? Now, the watch is running on module 3585, and it has quite a good feature set. You can do that button test by pressing and holding the adjust and the mode and the search button at the same time. That'll bring up your display screens to let you know that all of the hash marks are operating and functioning properly, as well as showing you the information regarding the module and information regarding the watch. So now you have 12 and 24-hour time monitoring display that I mentioned, day-date display with world time monitoring, 29 time zones in 48 cities with a daylight savings time option. But here's where things get interesting, and they will likely make this video a lot longer than it probably could have been. I'm having issues with the world time operation. And for reference, I'm going to use one of the greatest world time digital watches ever made, and that's the Casio Royale. I guess this is kind of a two-pronged investigation here. One, we're going to find out whether it's just operator error and I'm doing something wrong, or if it's just the complexities of this design that have it not operating the way it should be. I've set the watch out of the box, no problem. It's no problem. Friday, April 17, running seconds, large, nice display, and let the investigation begin. Once you hit the mode button to go to your world time, it's showing me that in Los Angeles, it's 20:55 hours. That's 8:55 p.m. That's the first issue. So let's see how we can correct this. I've gone to the home screen. I want to make the adjustments in the time, and you're going to notice that there is an issue with the UTC time monitoring, which will affect the overall world time monitoring. So when we press the adjust button, you have daylight savings time option. Now we get to the UTC. So I know that it's 5 hours difference because Zulu time or GMT time, based out of the UK, is 5 hours ahead of us here in Canada. Now, I know you're probably saying to yourself, Ross, why didn't you just open up the manual? Well, I did. I took a look at the 3585 manual that it came with the watch. It's all in Japanese. Like, I don't even know if they're planning to release this thing internationally, because there would have been other options for languages in here. But there is a QR code there inside the first page, which when I, scanned the QR code, and it took me to a link that wasn't even operable, so I couldn't even enter it in. Look, fortunately enough for me, I have the Casio Watches app on my phone already. There's no other direction other than the world time offset has to be adjusted based on Greenwich Mean Time or GMT time for your UTC or Universal Coordinated Time designation, based on the offset of the number of hour difference between the time zone you're monitoring and the time zone that you obviously are going to be following or traveling to. Houston, we have a problem. Now, am I being a little paranoid, or, it's just that my quirky self, like, you know what? Sometimes I get uneasy when things just aren't smooth and seamless. So we've been able to figure out that this module in here is the 2958. As you can see here, it's showing us with the display of the 2958, which is not a big deal, right? I've tested it, I've Googled it, it shows me that it is a world time module with the 5-second auto start for the chronograph, and it seems as though everything is working good. So I'm going to go through here and show you now how the world time setting was working. And for time set, if we want to hold the adjust button, we can scroll through and you'll see the UTC differential here. Now, when I did do the Google search for the module 2958, just like the module 3585, it's supposed to use the UTC differential. So yes, my bad, operator error. I thought it was based on the 5 hours in advance of the Toronto, Canada time zone. So it was +5, but it's actually -5. You're using the town where you are as that differential for this UTC designation. I interpreted it wrong. No problem. It is what it is. I'm only human. But yeah, wow. Should there be that much difficulty when you're utilizing a world time digital watch? No. But yeah, totally my bad. Totally my bad. Now that I understand that and I interpreted it correctly, I had -5 in here for the differential. And once that was set, and my time, current time now is 11:58, so we'll push that forward. Hit the adjust button, and now when we hit the world time button, you'll see that LAX is showing us 8:58. So now it's running accurately, and when you scroll through in world time mode, all of the other cities around the globe are going to be showing you the accurate time. So yeah, basically, I mean, my bad. Operator error, as we suspected. We're only human, right? I interpreted it the wrong way, and that would account for that 10-hour differential. The one thing I can explain, which maybe you can help with, comment down below, let me know what you think. But everything is advertised as module 3585. And when I did the search on YouTube and I watched one of the videos at Sam's Watch Reviews, he showed me the box and information for the unboxing. I was concerned with the made in China on the back of this box versus the one that he showed that didn't have that. It seemed like a flat box, and this box has like labels. So that made in China is like a sticker that's put on there. And same with the information for the watch. It's like raised up, so it's like a sticker that's been applied to this box. So I don't know if that's what is going on with their distribution in overseas. Are these watches coming from China as well? That's a huge thing and something important enough for us to know when it comes to international sales, because this watch is not readily available here in Canada and Toronto area. So it is what it is. It's been a learning curve, to say the least. But you know what? The functionality once we have everything up and running, even though it's a different module, it still performs and shows me, because I wouldn't know otherwise, what it's supposed to. So do me a favor, with everything you've seen, everything you've absorbed here today, comment down below, let me know what you know about the whole process. And hopefully at Sam's Watch Reviews will reach out to me and let me know maybe what he knows as well regarding this situation. Because like I said, everything is advertised as the W-221H-1AJF, and it's supposed to have module 3585 inside, but this one has 2958. Still works. Sometimes accuracy is really important. And if it isn't, I need to have the explanation. So you know how sometimes you just need to know? Now we also have stopwatch with 1/100th of a second monitoring, elapsed time, split times, 5-second auto start, which is great. You don't see that often. We have a 24-hour countdown timer. We have flash alerts with 3 alarms, a snooze, option, and not to mention hourly chime, which can be disabled in case you don't want that bothering sound every hour. LED dual LED backlight with afterglow. They're like an orange color. Not too bad. Similar to that of the AE 1200. And it can be adjusted for either 1.5 seconds or 3 seconds duration. We have full auto calendar running to 2099. Normal. Now the strap, it's lightweight. It's a little flimsy, even, though it's comfortable on the wrist. Probably a contributing factor to the overall weight of this package. I guess my only limitation would be, I wonder if it's going to have the longevity and durability to last, especially in the colder and hotter climates. It serves a purpose. It does what it needs to. It's got nice accent lines here, give it a little bit of a sporty touch. A little tapered look when you move in closer and take a look at that, with the resin keeper as well and the plastic pin and buckle closure. I mean, it all just works. And the one thing I like about it is, even though it's coming from Japan, it has a little bit longer strap, so it's not too small. Sometimes I've seen some digital watches in the past, the straps are a little bit small, and you're limited to the sizing by only having, even on my 7¼ inch wrist, maybe 1 or 2 holes left over. But there's lots of room here, so even for wrists over 8 inches, should be no problem at all. Now the cost here, not breaking the bank and getting some bang for your buck, is often the priority for a lot of people. Casio does a good job of this, but it's not offered everywhere. $100 Canadian, $70 US. Now even when I brought it up on the website for CASIO.com, it had the option to select whether it was Canada or the US. When I selected Canada, not available. Period. Not available. So this one's ordered from Japan directly. Now, other than that, taking all of what the watch offers into consideration with the design, it seems like we're paying too much, in my personal opinion. As far as the wear goes, my wrists are 7¼ inches. It feels good. It's lightweight. It's a nice package. And it's something you could wear all day, every day. It's pretty simple. Whatever you're going to throw at it, I'm sure it's going to be okay. Not too sporty, and just a little bit sporty enough to get you into most occasions. Pretty versatile, I think, in my opinion. Now, I think a lot of people are going to like it, other than the occasional person who may feel it's a little bit too tall off of their wrist. But I think most people can get past that. The height's not too bad of an issue at 12.2. Now, the pros, we're looking at a 10-year battery life. Check, right? Comfortable fit and wear, check. Good bold numbers, visibility is on point, useful feature set, easy to navigate around, not too flashy, available in other colors with a full black and negative display, as well as like an off-white or cream color with positive display. So if you check them out online, you'll see you have 3 options there. So that's always good. Cons. Size and or shape may not work for everybody, right? That basic plastic, resin strap, a little underwhelming, right? 50 meters water resistance. Could it have been a little bit more? Yeah. Is it going to break, or be a deal breaker? I don't think so. Your digital home time not being displayed on the other feature set windows, is that a deal breaker? I don't know. Comment below. The block design, is it too tall for you off the wrist? Not being for sale yet here in Canada, is that a problem? That world time operation is really frustrating for me. Do I really want to read over the module information? I guess I might have to, just so I can get the real answers. I have so many world time Casio digital watches, and I just don't understand. This is a newer design, but yet it's like we've gone back in time. Why the need for the differential? All of my other ones, you set them for your home time and automatically the world time knows what time it is and what differential it is for those particular time zones. Even something like the Casio Royale that's been around for years, it just has a much simpler operation. That's just me though. Now, some of the alternatives, if you're into the bold, larger display numbers with great visibility, good value for dollar, and not an octagonal, rectangular design like this, here's some options to check out. The W-221h, the AE-1500, and the AE-1600. All 3 of them are Casio, reasonable price. It's a lot less money. Thanks for coming to the channel. I'm Ross. Another beauty Casio, I think. Too bad it's not sold everywhere. Come on, Casio. There's like 35, 40 million people here in Canada. Let me know overall how you feel. Anyway, thanks for coming to the channel. I'm Ross. I know it's a long video, but you know what? We're going to get through it. We're going to get through it. Now, I also thought it would be important for you to hear exactly what happened with the communications. So yes, I did send a message to eBay to initiate a refund because I'm not going to hold on to the watch just for my obvious reasons and peace of mind. But then I also contacted the seller through this refund policy or refund process, and I did get a message back. And I'm going to read it to you exactly how it is here. I'm not going to disclose who the message was from per se, but I think it's interesting that you should hear what the response was when I actually confronted them about the issue. So, I have reviewed the photos you provided and sincerely apologize for the error. You are absolutely right, and I am deeply sorry for sending a mismatched module. There is no need to return the watch. Please keep it or dispose of it as you see fit. However, I would like to use your photos to request a formal investigation with my supplier to prevent this from happening again. And then he goes on to talk about the refund, and of course, the feedback is important for them. So in the interest of customer service, that's a pretty good response. Does it take away from the fact that there's still suspicion behind the whole process? No, it doesn't. But in any event, it is what it is. And thank you, Sam. I appreciate all the helpful advice and insight in your videos. Sam's channel is Sam's Watch Reviews. I got some good, valuable information from there, which helped me get to where I need to get to figure some of these things out with this video. So appreciate the help, my man. Thank you very much. Is the W-221h for you? -1AV, I believe it is. I don't know. The jury is still out. But it does look nice. I appreciate all the support. We'll see you on the next one.